Hey everyone, let's finish up Mr. Oz's Spacebus by LEGO DREAMZzz. Set number 71460 contains 878 bricks, retails for $99.99, and the set was provided by the LEGO Group for early review. And if you remember in the last installment, this covered bags 1 through 4. So, and you got a few minifigures. This is only a fraction of everything, and if you remembered, we did a lot of stuff with stickers. This is Sticker Mania here. So today we're going to wrap it up with bags 5 through 9, and I am completely swamped with editing set reviews. I have tutorials that I haven't even touched yet because I'm too busy doing set reviews. So I'm going to try to get this one done here. This is the last of the Dream sets. I kind of want to hurry up and get it done. Kind of shouldn't like to feel like that about a set, but what makes this set is these. I've already subtracted 2 points for scratched elements and just too many stickers. So I'm kind of going hardcore on this stuff now. This is, I thought the set kind of looked entertaining on the box, but it's kind of boring. Well, it's not too bad, but it's just the stickers kind of drag it down. So today we're gonna finish it up. And we're going to start right now with bag 5. So we're putting together this guy here. And yeah, I kind of want to get onto my own projects eventually. And some of my buddies in my bunch think I'm nuts, but I like to use my own imagination. It's like somebody say, here, we're going to give you a set of parts. We're going to take your hand. You're going to pull this out here. You're going to put it there. That's what it feels like to me. Versus, oh, okay, I got this part, but I could put this in 5 different places. Let's just try it out and see. And that little guy's done there. And I'm hoping we get to do some more big stuff. Okay. So far, the minifigures are somewhat balanced out, but the stickers, there's just a lot of them. So now we're going to continue back on with the spaceship here, or the Spacebus, my bad. And we have to put something in there. Let me see here. Okay, it's a downwards angular bracket. I was like, how? All right, I see how they're doing that here. Well, just like we usually do, we got to do all the small work first. And yeah, I hope everybody enjoyed the parts haul. I already had a thumbs down already on it. So I think that tells me that my viewers are kind of bored with the big long parts list. I did a rush job getting that done, so you guys and gals would be able to have a haul to watch with the parts list. Now I'm just going to do hauls real quick. Part hauls, that's it. Breeze right through them. No parts list, nothing. Remember I said that in one of my videos that this may be the last time you'll see a parts list. That did it. Guys and gals, if you notice, I'm kind of cutting back a lot of that stuff. So I'm going to have the parts list on Patreon, and I'll have the parts list on memberships, but on the YouTube video you will not see it anymore. You know, some people are ungrateful when you ruin it, huh? You know, I can't help myself but to hide that stuff now. All right. So now we're going to be focusing on the inside of this. And I think what they're doing here is that this is actually part of the play area, or we're decorating the inside of this. This is going to be one of those sets that's going to be heavily decorated on the inside here. So don't worry, I'll tilt it up when we're done and I'll show you where everything's going here. So you can press down on this pretty firm. Yeah, these little lights here, right up against the table. So don't be scared to press down. Just don't get a little crazy with it though. So that's what we're doing there. And we gotta do the same on the other side here too. I think the reason why they did this is so they didn't have to spend a lot of time working on one piece. Well, let's start pulling out parts here. I already found one of these already. Oh, we got to put a clip on top of a clip. Yeah, so I got that part haul done. I came in the other night, and today is the 9th of July 2023. I'm waiting for my medication to come in for my asthma, but for some reason everything else is coming in but that. And of course my doctor, you know how they are, they like to bill you and not send you the goods. So it looks like I'll be fingering the phone next week. Can't do anything now because today's a Sunday. And I did the mail order stuff. I like having it shipped to the house. I don't want to have to go down to the pharmacy because every time I go down there, oh, okay, well, we just need to sign this and you need to wait an hour. Well, why don't you have me sign it before then I go down there, you know? No, but that's how they do it. Like, talking about wasting time, and a lot of people go in there for the sniffles and stuff. I mean, I have a head cold, but it doesn't warrant me to go in there and do that. It's like going there for COVID or something. Remember when COVID-19 was a thing? Even after you had the shots, oh, you still got to wear the face mask and stuff. I'm like, why? Only to find out I was asymptomatic that whole time. The only thing that's still kind of messed up on me is the sense of smell, but you know, some things are, it's starting to slowly return. Like, for example, the other night I had French fries. It just had a really nasty smell, but the shrimp tasted good. The fries smelled like they were freezer burned. They could have been, but it's hard to say. Yeah, I'm hoping today to get this guy done here fully before dinner and just get it out of my life. Now, here's the deal with thumbnails. It's the one for the tree house, because I got to cut around all that stuff because I don't have a green screen yet. And I'm trying to... Okay, these are mirrors here. I'm trying to get a bunch of stuff done just so I can do some of my own custom builds. Like, I got a bunch of ideas. I got the parts now to finish them up. And just doing, let's just do it like that there. And just doing like stuff like this, it's kind of like, I need to, because my personal stuff gets more views than the reviews. Everybody does reviews now. And I wish I could share the ideas with you guys. I really wish I could. Just like with Lego, I got to keep a lot of this stuff top secret because there is competitors now. People are eager to snag ideas and stuff like that. Okay, so these go in here. I bet these are stops right here. I bet that's what these are. Yeah, these are stops. I think that's what they are. We'll find out here in a bit. Yeah, you should go outside in my area. Boy, everybody's been hitting their pools, but it's been cool. It's been in the mid-90s, low to mid-90s out here. It's just seasonably cool. After those hundreds we've been having, it's not that bad. But next week, or by this time next week, it'll be hitting like 118, 119 again. So you know where I'll be at. I'll be under the air conditioning. You know, I'll be keeping cool. I'm not going to go outside and sweat. The only time I'll have to do that is if it's work-related. I still got to finish up my trench, though, that I've been relaying a line of sprinklers in my backyard, you know, to make it more water efficient. And I got to get that done, so I just work in the evenings where it gets too hot. Oh, and that tutorial that I had in my mind the other day, haven't built it yet. Yeah, there's a lot of snot in here. Look at that. It's just a lot of this stuff. Now let's try it out. So, yeah, now it doesn't wiggle as bad. And they got that nice contour down. That's cool. Okay. And is this a mirror or is this not? If it is a mirror, I'm just going to do them both real quick. And that's essentially what this is. Okay. Well, I'm kind of pressed for time and I don't want to do one at a time on these. So we're going to start doing them now here. That's the one from the manual. This is its reflection. I need to do these in my manuals, these call-outs here for parts like that. They're the same as a sub-step, but they're only a sub-step of one. You just take out the step number and then there you go. Yeah, I haven't heard anybody mention about the scenic sounds yet on the other video. So that tells me nobody cares, which means I'll probably just continue doing them. Right now I don't have anything keyed up. So my plans are, I'm still 14 personal videos short. Of course, I could sneak reviews in there. I don't think anybody would really notice, except for my mockers who like to watch my channel for the mock stuff. But I think I need to really focus on my own personal builds and just get stuff like this done later. I just wish I can go and I wish LEGO would let me just pick what sets I want out of the lot instead of just, here's a lot of 10, you're going to be stuck doing them all. Because I want more of the smaller sets. I don't like getting the really large ones after a while, you know. Oh yes, there you go. There's stud launchers for you parents out there who just love these things. I mean, you just like them. So there will be, that'll be that. Jay, I don't like those stud launchers. I don't know what you're talking about. I'm like, I don't either. This is probably one of the most evil things LEGO's ever made, is stud launchers. This hourglass keeps moving. It had it over there. Alright, let's see here. Yeah, don't poke it in someone's eye. We already know about that. This one's got a sticker coming up. So at least this set was so kind to come up with a brick separator for you. You know, it wasn't being mean and not give you one here. Oh, this doesn't go there. You'll be tempted to put it there. No, you put it here. It's just easier to put the small piece in first and then the large piece in last. And then Sticker Mania begins. So we need to get sticker 17 for this guy here for this piece. So, and I'm assuming 18 goes to the other side here. And it doesn't matter which way this goes because we can always rotate it around. And they happen to use transparent on here, which is hard to see. So remember, I already dinged a point off for all the stickers. Whatever sticker issues I have, we'll cover in that. I know this is supposed to be cost saving, but still. And then here, I'm only assuming sticker 18 goes on that. Now I can check, but remember it's a reflection, obviously. See how fast I was working until I got to the stickers, and now I'm moving to a crawl. I want to build, not stick. If I do that, I would open up a channel for sticker booking. Okay. So they were trying to match these grates with these. I would have just kind of zigzagged them in and just used my imagination for that. And there's two flame yellowish orange flat tiles, and these are going to get vandalized. So let's just, I don't know why I stuck those on there now. So 20 goes on this one here. I'm assuming 19 goes on the other one. So, although it's easier with the bigger piece to hold on to. And that's how that goes on there. Now, if I make a mistake, I can just peel the tile off and flip it around here. There we go. And the stickers are slightly different, and that's it. So, we still got a lot of stickers here. There's no spare parts. And this just snaps onto here. Making sure here. Yeah, it tucks right in this little hole here. I always like to check before I commit, because ripping that stuff off sometimes could be a bit of a turd. Oh. Well, that crap just came off. Alright, something happened there. It just would not line up. Okay, something wrong here? That's what I'm saying right there, folks. Oh, yeah, it's all caving in now. Let me just rip that off. That was a piss poor idea. It just would not... Boy, this really is just crap, huh? Yeah, it's just all coming apart now. Build experience has just dropped a bit more. Set's already at a 7.5 because it's starting to get where it's starting to brittle and fall apart. Yeah, like I said, I'm not sugarcoating reviews. I'm not here to do that. So when things start coming apart, that's it. Trying to mash that all down on a snot method like that where this thing's kind of fragile, that was kind of bad. And this one here is supposed to go on this side here. And I'm literally doing what I did with the other side. I'm literally fighting. It's this up here, these two corner plates. They're going to be hard to squeeze in there, so just be careful with that. Instead of focusing on all the violent stud launchers, maybe we should have made this part here a little more sturdy. All right. And let's take a look here. That's exactly what it is. And yeah, that wraps that up. Okay, so bag 6 requires this windshield. And when I did the unboxing, this thing wasn't scratched, although it's got lots of dust on it now. And if there's any scratches, I put them on there. Well, I'll show you the scratch stuff when we get to it. This right here was in pristine condition. So you're going to need that for bag 6. And this is going to be one of the challenges. You got to put a sticker on this big thing. Not stickers, a sticker. Maybe more, we don't know. So now the bags are really small. There's not a whole lot in them, because now we're focused on different portions of the ship. Now, remember I said in the last installment, I was hoping these would be, you know, these were collaborative builds, like a family build. No, this is not. This is where you sit your kid in the corner and say, here, build it. This is by all means not something you can spend time with your child with, unless you want to hang out in the room with them. Sheer he's building. So okay. But so far, remember the other day the build was interesting, but what makes it boring is the stickers. So, and like I said, it just depends. What I'm grading on is playability. If it's a collaborative build, can you build it with a friend? And is it city ready? So I have a feeling 2 out of 3 of those will be met. I have a feeling this is going to be something you can put in your city. I mean, if you want to. And it's going to be playable. As far as for family build, it's probably not going to happen. I'm trying to find some of these that are not inverted. That's what we're doing so far right there. Oh, what's with putting stickers on all the inverted tiles for? So step 173, you got to put sticker number 9 on there. Like I said, it's mostly stickers. I wish this stuff was printed though, because that'd make great stuff from. Why don't I use sticker parts from mocks? Because not everybody's going to have this sheet of stickers. That's why I never use sticker stuff for my mocks. If it's printed, it's a little easy to grab. I don't expect you guys and gals to go out and find a sticker sheet. Alright, so this one here is kind of done differently here. That's why I never, that's why I never use stickers for my mocks. Well, mocks are one thing, I mean tutorials. Tutorials you'll never see us, except for the foil stickers. But now LEGO has the parts now where I don't have to do that anymore. A lot of you told me about using capes instead of the shower curtain, for shower curtains. So I need to order some white capes for those before I start any bathroom deals. So a lot of this stuff I'm really kind of stepping my game up here. And step 179, you're going to need a sticker number 23. Yeah, there's a lot of stickers in here. This says open here. That goes right there like that. Maybe we don't want to open it up there. Maybe I want to drop it and open it up, huh? I got this pesky clump of hair. It just keeps falling in my eyes. I'm like moving it every so often. I got a text from my guy though. He says he's like, I don't think I'll. So I'm going to try, but I don't think I'm going to be able to do it Wednesday. I was like, oh, dude, you're not going to cancel on me, are you? I don't know why. He gave me a reason. I thought, well, I mean, life happens, I guess. What it is, it's summertime, and I don't blame people. Some people get burned out of their jobs. Or they just want to do something else other than work all the time. I don't blame them. I'm in that same situation where, after a while I'm tired of doing work. I just can't. Sitting back and just doing the same old chores, gets pretty boring. Well, for the size of bag 6, this is pretty, a lot of small parts going in here, so maybe that fooled me. 7 is a joke. When we get to it, I'll show you. It's not too bad. It's just really small stuff. But it's not a whole lot of it. I have a feeling we're going to be putting a tile in there with a sticker in that area there. I don't know, just something screaming stickers. Although I got a printed control panel up here. Maybe that goes in there. Okay, these things are supposed to face outwards, and this goes in here. And then we put the inverted stuff in here. So you get a couple of these inverted plates with bow, which is cool. You can finish all kinds of stuff off here. So you're pretty much putting together a bunch of stuff on this. So I thought there'd be a tile or something in there. So hold it like that. Have these studs facing up like this. And then this goes right here. All right. Can't wait to see what the quality of this is when I'm done. See how well the play value is on this. From what I can tell so far, the play value looks pretty decent in this build. It might be really good. You get 10 figures. Some minifigures, some little figures and stuff. And at least it's not some caged, one of those cage mutant animals that will cage you up. We need sticker 24. Remember, the arrows go to the left on this one here that says open here. Yeah, I've been looking. There's a group in my area, you know, people with disabilities and stuff like myself, want to do these type of trips that I'm doing. Some of them are people are pretty quiet or shy like I am. And they're always looking for people to go on their hikes and stuff. And I thought, well, that'd be kind of something different for me. And yes, I'm very shy for those who don't know. Here it's fine. On YouTube it's different. I don't have to see you face to face, but in person it's a little challenging for me. Okay, be very careful with this. This looks like this would crumble apart. I've been having this joint right here kind of moving inwards there. And the pain is starting to, I can see the pain, and it's nasty. We're gonna get to it though. I mean, you just watch. It goes like that. And this goes here. So you got the two control panels in there. Okay, now we take this guy here, and you got to put a big sticker on this. So the only piece that's in mint condition, I got to put that on there, which is sticker number 5. And yeah, it doesn't. Yeah, that does say 5 there. I hate putting stickers on bows. The best way to do is I'm going to start at the nose here, and I'm just going to lay it in there and start on it that way. Make sure you get all the dust and stuff off your bricks too. These big stickers are really hard to put on. It's just getting it centered up. Once you get it down there, you get it centered at the tip, it's not bad. Now I'm just going to roll this on here like this. I'm going to tell you right now, you're never going to get rid of all the little air bubbles under these here. You can see it's kind of diffused there. And if this was printed, this would make a great piece, but it's not printed, so I survived that. Don't ask me how I did, but I did. And we got to make up 2 of these little bracket things here. And I'm just gonna say though that the build experience on this, it's interesting, so I'd say it's pretty good. It's keeping my interest up to a point. It's just the stickers are kind of dragging it down. You know, Lego, they do make a piece that fits in those. You didn't have to plate all that together unless it's just kind of showing us a different alternative build to that. Or we just don't have those in Dark Azure. And then we're not done with it yet. And one of these ingot tiles go in there. Okay, and then this just sits on here. So the windshield does not open up. I think the arrows here, I mean, you have to lift it up from the nose here. We don't know yet. That's not too bad. That looks pretty good. I just wish it wasn't stickered, though, because that looks really good. It's like Lego. You have the right ideas. You're just using, you're using stickers on something. This, for this being $100, this should have been printed. I would have paid $120 for this if it was not so stickered up. I always look at high-end sets. Some of Lego, remember that big giant spaceship that I built? The classic spaceship? Everything was printed in there. It was fun to build, and it was underpriced. So it was like some generic spaceship that Lego made years ago, and they just revamped it. And I thought, this is the type of stuff that I want to build, and this is reason. It's like that big giant castle. It's $400 for a ton of pieces, but it was a good build. No stickers. I'll pay extra for that stuff, you know. Because that means I could focus on building, you know. Lego's building. I don't want to just do stickers. So we got these little flashlight things on the sides here. I only have 2 parts remaining. And it goes on here. Alright, so this snaps right into here. What I'm going to do is I'm going to hold on to this right here. I'm going to pinch it because I don't know how sturdy this is. I'm just going to plop it in like that. They say open it up from here because most people are going to try to open up the windshield. Just open it from the nose there. And yeah, that looks pretty good. Looks like a snake head. I bet this didn't have more friction to it, but there you go. And that's pretty seamless there. I mean, that really is seamless. Look at that. A little bit of a gap there, but man, that's pretty tight. That's a tight fit there. And that's what we have remaining for bag 6. All right, let's not break our hand on this one here. You'll get the joke here in a second. That's all we have in bag 7. And you're just putting together figures in here. That's all you're doing. It's just these little voodoo doll things. That's all you're putting together here. And one of these voodoo dolls has a mustache. So just this bag alone here is just the boring stuff. So it's the one with the eyes. Or some of these would make great shadow people for haunted builds or something like that. Especially the shadow person with the mustache and the pirate hat. So he must be like an old pirate or something. A pirate with... Usually they have like a feather in there. No, not this guy. Oh no, he's going to have a propeller put in there. Or it could be a flower too. And he's got a projectile launcher in his hand. Can't say the other word because maybe it's a horn, we don't know. That takes care of him. And at least this bag here doesn't have a lot of stickers. We still got a bunch of stickers left on that sheet. Well, let's take a look here. Yeah, we still got a little bit. I don't think these ones at the bottom here go to anything. I think they're just extras. I'll save them. So I think we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 left. This is bag 7, so we'll see how well it goes. So when I do the review on this, okay, I put these on backwards. What I'm going to propose to do with it, and this is just for my own notes, is I'm going to do the review, then I'm going to do the minifigures, and then we're going to do the spaceship. What I'm going to do the spaceship, do the 360 spin, And we're going to go up close with it because it is a big build and it's got detail. It's got the interiors. You really can't do anything in a zoomed out shot, so I always like to go zoomed in on those. Okay, I think one of these torsos is printed. You just have to kind of browse through them. So look for the printed torso. Okay. This one's got all the weird eyes on them. These pieces would be good for, if you're into Halloween builds, and I got his stuff up on backwards here. Whoopsie. Well, we'll flip those right around. I was like, what? Well, that just fell apart. But these would make great parts for Halloween. So just imagine, though. Just imagine for all those guys out there who don't watch the second channel, they're missing out because I'm just raining with good ideas on this one here. And he's got this weird helmet thing with the horns. They just go in on the sides. Yeah, so I hope you guys like the part unboxings or the part hauls. Back to the part haul though, I got some much needed parts. I got the pink tubes for the... I was thinking about building a water park or something, I don't know, and kind of running pressed for time, but I'm gathering parts for next year's stuff. I think that's what he looks like right there, kind of creepy. We're not done with him yet. He needs a spear, but I think honestly though, a lot of you are going to be kind of happy with the tutorial stuff. Well, I can't get this damn thing in his hand. Can I just go in this way? Yeah, that's the only way to do it. I'm afraid that this thing's going to fall apart because of the horns and the wings. Because see, these are starting to come off here. This is one riddle figure. Yeah, this is a... Yeah, that's why they put all these parts in one bag, because you're going to be spending more of your time trying to line all these up. All right, well, that's good enough for him. See, I'm afraid I'm going to break this thing, so I'm trying to be very careful with him. That's not really meant to be played with, obviously. And if you think you're done, look, we still got plenty of things to do here. We still got a lot of stuff to build. I mean, it just doesn't end here. So if you think, oh, whew, I'm glad I'm done with figures, you are not even close. I'm not really into fantasy builds at all whatsoever. And oh, wait a minute. Okay, this is not supposed to go in here. Yeah, that's why these are all in one bag. So this bag here will fool you. The figures, everything is black and dull. So this is not really kind of what I was wanting to do today. I didn't wake up today going, I can't wait to put together a bunch of minifigures and stickers. But I didn't wake up either going, I want to work on thumbnails on YouTube, because that's all I've been doing. That, and I'm editing the build for the art, the modern art that I was doing, and I forgot one scene, and I had to go back in and get it situated, only to find out that I didn't have everything prepared. So I thought, well, let me get this filmed first, because it's going to take forever to get it done. And this guy's got a top hat and a meat cleaver. All right, well, that's kind of creepy looking. And we're not done there, folks. We got another one to put together. We got 5 of these little bodies we got to put together. We got 5 of them, yeah. So this one here's like a spaceman. Yeah, putting this stuff together with big hands is not really fun. Honestly, now I'm getting kind of bored with this, to be honest with you. You're putting together nothing but minifigures in one shot. I understand why they did it, but I'm kind of already getting tired of... Well, these are not even minifigures. It's just tiny little pieces. So bag 7, you've been forewarned. It's very boring to put together. These guys are all old OG gangsters. They holding their guns all sideways. He's done. And we're not done yet. We got one more, and after that we start the storyline. Like I said, when I do the review, I'll just have to do the minifigures all... I'm sorry, figures all separately here. Alright, so he's got a night shield. So what is this, like bringing back the past and then making them all weird space-aged? You know, and he's got a banged-up, cruddy old sword here. And that's it. So we have a bunch of spare parts here. I have an extra sword from one of these guys. Let me make sure here that I didn't forget anything. So I think we're done with the spaceship at this point. Yeah, where did the sword come from? Oh, the very first guy with the little projectile launcher, he has a sword. He has 2 weapons. I didn't see that. These are not easy to put together, especially for big hands. And that's it. So that's what we have remaining for bag 7. And basically bag 7 just does these guys here that can't stand up. Alright, so now we're going to move on to bag 8. And it kind of shows us which part of the ship we want to build. I don't know, the top one looks better, and plus it's blue. So we're going to start with that one. Now, when you get to these, you're probably going to have some leftover parts. So be very careful with the build. At least the blue is a nice subtle color. Okay. At least with these, you can pick this stuff. Okay. Let's see here. Is there any duplicates that we have to be concerned with here? Not so far. Okay. Now let's get going here. Let's build it. Remember, now we still got stickers left too, so we're going to have to put a few of those on here. I forgot step 3. There we go. I mean, I think I'm just kind of getting burned out of sets. When you do the same theme every day, it's boring. We did the modern art. It was something different, but it's like me working on a database job. I can't do database job after database job after database job. They get boring, so I do a little web developing. Sometimes I'll do like a live streaming app or something like that, and I'll do those type of things. I can't just sit and do nothing but the same stuff. What's my specialty? Mostly databases, but I do a little bit of other stuff too, because I would get bored so easily doing all that. So that's why it breaks the monopolist up of making your job not so boring. You know, it only works if you're self-employed. Because some people don't have nice bosses, and they tell you to do it regardless. You're just stuck doing the same old job. It's almost like working in a factory where you're just doing one thing. Although some people prefer that, I would go nuts. So I have to jump around and do other jobs. And it's like this, for example. This is getting boring because, not the set, but we're talking about the theme because this is all I've been doing. It's like if I had Friends or City sets mixed in with this, it'd be a little different because my palette would always be cleansed. But see, I'm still working on the perfect review method for me when I'm doing reviews. Like, I'm focusing on play value, multiple, you know, play value, collaborative build, and stuff like that. You know, because that's the most important part of the whole thing, is to do that. And you got to put a sticker on this guy here, which is sticker number 15. And does it matter which way it goes? Well, yeah, it does. The buttons go on this portion right here. And no, I wasn't giving anybody the bird. Some people get a little pissy over that. Well, my hands were full. All right, this goes here. So long as your buttons are there. And 2 lightsaber swords. Hard to say what this thing here is. If there's a lot of accessories, I will run through the accessories too. That means that the tutorial would be a little longer than planned. So you got to make 2 of these with sticker number 13. And the dark dots go towards the clips. So let's make sure I can say that out loud so I won't forget. Okay. I have an air bubble in that one. We got one more left to do here. Okay, we don't have a lot of stickers left. There's not really a whole bunch. There we go. And these go like... Okay, when you put these in here, wiggle your sticks down to where they're down right here. Or they just bottom out anyways. They show these clipped right here. So there's really no need to mess up on this one here. See how the sticks are right there? And we got to get this parabola dish. And I'm not really into all these colorful dishes, but this one's pretty cool. This one this one's just kind of cool looking to look at here. And it kind of, oh, excuse me, put it together kind of weird, but there it is, like that. Maybe it's some sort of weapon or something, or just a satellite to eavesdrop on you. And it goes on the ship. And it goes on the turntable back here. So somebody's supposed to ride on this, and maybe it's something to eavesdrop on you. I don't know. Okay, not too bad. And let's see here. I'm looking for duplicates right now. If I see duplicates, I'll let you know. That's exactly what we're doing. I see red and green, so what I'm going to assume right now that it's not only mirrored, but they have different colors. Red, green, and they're mirrored. If I make a mistake, then we're going to be feeling the pain here. Let me make sure here real quick, just to doubly make sure. Yes, it's actually the same. It's just mirrored. It's mirrored with different colored lights. Because after this one, I got one more bag, and it's pretty big. If they're mirrors, they're going to go quick. When I was a kid, I always thought these transparent pieces were so cool. And it's like, what did LEGO make a bunch of these? Then you can stick a flashlight behind them and make some stained glass art. But I didn't have a whole lot of transparent pieces growing up. Okay, so far so good. I'm having a hard time, but the manual just keeps sucking up the parts. All right. So when I do it here, remember it's mirrored, so I got to mirror it on the other side too. Well, I can't find, oh, there it is. And so I'm just doing it like this. Keep them with the respected builds. I wish I could get more of my fans to sub to this channel, because then I can talk to you more, kind of, in a way. Or maybe we'll just have this as the exclusives, huh? Except it's free, you don't have to pay to get on it. Right. My hands are getting kind of tender. And a lot of little parts in this set. I mean, it's starting to get pretty dry at this point. I think I'm just kind of burned out of this theme. But when you're doing set review after set review, and then you get your parts in the mail, and it's like, oh, I can build a bunch of cool things with these, but no, I can't, because the parts I got, a few of them will finish up some other builds. Well, I can't do anything right now. It's like, it's just like, just imagine you want to do something. You got this big nasty wall in your way. It's like, I want to do this. No, you got to do this first. So it's like you're looking at all the fun stuff across the room thinking, well, I can't because I have a roadblock in my way. It's like having a ball and chain on you. It's like, well, I got to get this done first. So I've got to plow through it. We're just about done with this anyways. My goal is to get everything done on this. I got to do some more filming. Well, this is the filming I'm doing now, but after this I got 7 more sets. I'm not taking any more offers until I get caught up on my own personal builds. So this goes right here. And that means that this guy goes here. A bunch of these Technic bricks with the 2 holes. So we're going to start planting these in here. Now imagine if I was doing this one at a time. It would take a lot longer to do it. Am I really saving a whole lot of time? Just a little. Not by a whole bunch. It's just easier to combine steps together. Slowly pulling out all the parts. Like, I don't need these right now. I need the other ones. There's a bunch of parts in here that look almost the same, but they're like inverses of one another. So I'm kind of popping these out here because I need these right now with the things that go on the top. You need 6 of them. Well, slowly pull out the parts that you don't need. And then there we go. All right. Yeah, I was hoping to get that one video done, but when I thought, oh, I missed a whole scene. It was recorded. I have to put it on the computer, and I had to wait. And I thought, well, if I'm gonna have to wait, I got these other projects I got to get going first. So I thought, well, I'm gonna have to do this first before I get to it, because filming this stuff, I want to film it real quick, get it done, and then I can edit it later. Looks more like a fist than anything else. Space builds are always kind of cool in a way. It just depends on what the theme is. And we're going to build a one for this one here first. These old lamp holders, these things have been around longer than I've been breathing. Some of these pieces have been around a long time. That goes right there. So now we got to build another one that's in reverse. At least though with YouTube, I can share my experiences with you guys and gals. This type of experience you will not get from a printed building guide whatsoever. But I'm going to be switching over to printed building guides. All right, we are missing a flat tile here, or a, well, it may be different on another build. So if it's missing, then it either went into another bag. Oh, there it is, or it could have rolled behind the thing. Okay, now we're not done yet. Oh, yuck. Okay, this thing actually fires. Which hole do we put? We only put it in one of the holes. Well, let's just let's get it done. These are one of those things you stick stuff in here and they fire out projectiles. And yeah, I'm not a fan of these at all. They make great engine parts, but I've taken it, it goes like this. Wow, you're gonna make me feed that whole thing in there? Oh, that's not too bad. So what do? Is you put something in here and you rotate these? Well, these don't even rotate, huh? Oh, but that rotates. So we got to be careful with that. That might be something that's nasty. We'll stick these on first. Well, if I can pick it up off the counter. Off the workbench, I mean. Goes in like that. And we put the plate at the bottom. I have a feeling we'll be loading this thing up. When I do that, I'm not even going to do demonstrations. I'll just show it how it works without any stuff on there. I'm not going to do that. So what you do is you just rotate this rocket piece here. Or it could just be part of the engine, we don't know yet, but it shows that not to throw this at someone's eye. So I think you rotate these things and stuff like that. Now where do these last two pieces go? We don't know yet. These last two pieces here. Oh, wait a minute. I'm thinking differently here. You know why? Because this is one of those sets that you may have a few extra pieces remaining. Okay. And then this here just attaches here. Now this is one thing I want to make this clear right now. This is the alternative mission, right? The main build is done. But you notice I'm putting accessories on the ship, right? I'm not tearing things apart. I'm taking off the accessories and taking them apart if I want to change storylines, but see, it plugs right on in, and look, it's seamless, like it's built right in with the thing. That's what it's supposed to be like. Lego needs to focus on that instead of ripping things apart. And that's it for bag 8. And that's all we have remaining. All right, bag 9 is full of a lot of pieces, so we'll be here for a while. And let's get this out of the way. And if you see a bunch of blue studs, that's probably like majority of the parts. I will not put them in those stud launchers at all if that's what they're asking for. Okay, so I'm going to take a look here and see if this is a mirror or not. Because if it is, and that's what it is. Okay, well, we only have 2 stickers remaining. We have 1 mission left. I think we can manage through with this here. We'll pull everything out. We'll get going here. This one on the left is the one that I'm building from the book. The one on the right is the reflection of it. So I'm going to start putting studs. You know, matter of fact, I'm going to start, when I trip over these, and I just picked up, or I just tossed the bin on the floor. I'll just grab number 5, and then I'll start throwing these in here right now until I need them, because I'll be here for a while trying to find studs. And it's blue and black. The blue's not too bad, the black's kind of boring, so you're going to have to mine through all the undesirable colors. All right. Need a 1x4. These right here were the things that came in really scratched. These would make great little test tube chambers, and unfortunately they were trash when I got them. So we just have to deal with it. Once you get past all the parts, not too bad, but you know, I mean, 3 out of 4 of those were damaged. In fact, I don't know what happened to the last one here. Oh, it's right here. So I'm putting those over there. I like that blue, and I'll show you too. If you really want to get creative, I had a way to attach this. Makes a nice blue filter for the camera, huh? It's a nice deep dark blue. Nice. I like that blue. And I have a feeling the last 2 stickers are going to go on those. I hope they're not going to be something that's going to tape both those up. Put more of those in there. Boy, the parents are going to love this set. I mean, it's going to have a lot of stud line. A lot of studs. Imagine picking all those up. Why does Lego make these? I don't know. I think it's to make the sets more interactive and stuff, but I'm not a parent. I don't have to pick that up, but I don't want to have to pick it up by just misfiring it and have to chase all the studs down when I can use the studs for like a fountain or a pool or something. You know what I mean? I could just see that right there getting a lot of kids in trouble. I don't want to do it because I don't want to get in trouble. I don't have a maid to clean up after me, so I have to, all right. This might be critical, so I got to do this very slow here. So Jay, you're going to try to get all these sets done before the end of the year? I hope so. Like I said, I'm declining offers right now for a bit just so I can catch up on my own stuff. My own builds make more views, so I'm focused on that. And yeah, you're going to be putting a lot of stickers on things. So sticker number 12. Oh, they're both number 12s. So grab one here. Let's grab one that's already scratched. I think that was the only good one there. Yeah. And then the blue part goes on the top where the studs are at. And this is a round brick. So I'm just going to plop it right there and just do that. That's how I do it. Making sure it's on there centered. There you go. Now I got to do that again. And then after that, the sticker sheet will go bye-bye. Why? Because we don't care anymore. It's like, these are nice parts. Now I got to deface them. They're scratched, but still they make great little test tubes. And there's a guy that watches my channel. He's into post-apocalyptic stuff, so I'm sure he'd use these for a lot of those. Okay, there you go, right there. Okay. Boy, they're at different heights, too. Isn't that classy? I can't even get those on straight. And that's it for the sticker sheet. I think that's all we're putting on there. I think that's it. So we'll set that right over there. And then we will continue on with the build. These go on here. The hazard sign. I bet your studs are supposed to go in there. Be kind of cool. Then it will rattle. Alright. Get this mirrored up here and get it out of the way, huh? Can't wait. We're getting close now. We're getting down to the nitty gritty. Then after that, that's it. Adios. And I just got to go and do a lot of editing. Editing, processing, sending up to YouTube. And this guy here, oh, it goes right here. The hinge goes in there, and you can't really see it on there. So it's meant to open up. So I'm assuming that this one does the same thing. And then just take your two best pristine ones that don't have any dings on them and put them in the back. All right. Those are nice little tanks too, huh? There's a lot of good building techniques with this set. When I was doing my test tube thing, I never thought about having them hinge. So, not too bad. And then we just got to take a bunch of these here and fill the top of this stuff here with these. So I'm taking it these are probably going to house the studs. So if the kids are not using them, the kids should put them away in those. But it doesn't show that the studs are going in yet. It could be a test tube, but they're not small enough for figures. Or maybe those little space figures, maybe. And yeah, this is all. So, I mean, I can't remember your name, and I'm sorry, but I know you're into the post-apocalyptic stuff, but this set right here is a good start for that. I mean, some of this stuff could be extracted. But those are always interesting. If you ever watched a post-apocalyptic movie, those are always interesting. So just imagine doing them in Lego form. It would even be better. Okay. These have got holes on all four sides. And then we stick the pin in here. So this is obviously going to get attached to something. Okay. Which pin? Oh, you need the blue pin. Don't use the... I grabbed the black one there, but I'm missing one pin here. Hope I didn't put it in the wrong place. Oh, there it is. And say I have a bunch of them, but I don't want to have to get up and go get it. That's the issue. And these still open up too. Pretty cool. And More stuff that goes on top here. See, now if we were doing them one at a time, you'd have to do this whole thing over again. I like these. I just wish they were reddish brown. I could use them for trees, but they're not, sadly. Okay, needed number 9. So we're using this to sandwich all the joints together. Never thought about doing this with my stuff, but now it's like I build stuff. I'm like, can I use this technique method here to lock all the joints together? So the build quality is for that one issue that I had there. But usually build quality, I always say I'm trying to learn to keep the build quality separate in terms of that's for the final part. You know, is it the build quality for play value? And looks like these are the same on both sides. No, they're not. You want the part that, does it really matter which way? Okay, let's put, they show with these spokes on the outside, so we'll do what they did here. Now, which way does it go? I don't know. It doesn't really show us. I don't think it matters. I need to make 2 of these. We're still not done with this yet. Remember, we're still on the mirror stuff too. Whoops, that's starting to come apart. Make sure you're holding on to that when you're pushing it in. And these go on the bottom. It's like they run kind of perpendicular like that. Can't really tell on this here. Maybe they do go like that. Just force that in there. There you go. So there we go, that should be fine there. And after we're done with that, we attach them to the build. So this one goes over here. Yeah, imagine have to pick those up if your kids misfire things, huh? And we have one pin here. I think it goes in this hole right in there. I don't know, it doesn't look like it's gonna fit in there. It looks like we're missing a pin here. Let me take a look. It's like you need to have 2 in there. Let me go back in there and look. Oh yeah, you're supposed to. Okay, so now I'm glad I checked instead of pushing that in. Skip 2 holes, stick this with the cross axle facing outwards. The reason why they're not using 2 friction pins, these would be impossible to put in. So, we'll stick that right in there. It's just easy to remove 1 friction pin instead of 2. I'm going to hold it right there and just kind of get that to snap in there. And then we'll do the other side like this. And this thing's starting to get pretty heavy too. So I'm going to hold on to the rocket launcher thing here. And then I'm just going to snap that one in place. And then I'm going to check my work real quick and see. We may not be done yet. And that's it. So they show you have to load these up with the studs. Now I'll put one in there and show you, or I can just load them up and not turn anything. So you just rotate these things around here. You stick these in. Well, I'm trying to get them in there. You stick them in this with the stud going inwards, I think. Like that. And you would just rotate this thing and you can feel it hit it and it just pops them loose. I don't want to mess with that. I'm not putting those in there. And then it shows you have 18 of these. And you got to load everything up. Yikes, I am not doing that. And we got the magical blue hand from the void showing you to shoot that at somebody. Well, we're not doing that at all. We're going to skip that part. And then that's it. And then the blue hands again telling you how to get a little aggressive with it and just keep firing. And they show the minifigure with the sad face and tears, like, don't do that. Trust me, if somebody did that to me, it wouldn't be just tears coming out of my eyes. It'd also be red, too. I wouldn't be too happy. And all this here is what we have remaining, so I'm assuming this is probably for the extra missions. Okay. And what I'm going to do right now, it would just be easier if I did this, is I'm going to dump all these in here and open these up. And I'm going to set the studs in here. I think that's what they're for. So we're just going to put a few in here. And it's sealed up too. You don't have to worry about them. And there you go. And then close them up and there you go. Then you can just do... Really, if you really want to annoy your parents, there you go. Just do that for about 5 seconds. And that's it. This is something I'll probably need a turntable for. Matter of fact, I don't even need a turntable with this one, huh? So, essentially, this is what $100 gets you here. And you get a bunch of figures and stuff like that. We're going to go through right now with the rough tour of it. And yeah, you can open this up. You got this thing up here too. It makes noise. You got the rocket launchers you spin. You got the storage areas here. And this opens up. And for the most part though, it is playable. Now I'm thinking these holders are in here for their accessories and stuff. So you can attach their accessories to this. And you can sit your figures in here too. We'll do that all in the actual tour. Because when I do the tour of the minifigures, I don't want to have to put all those accessories back on. And yeah, so you have access to everything in here. Remember the hatch that opened up in the back? You have this little space rover that comes out. And these actually fold out. So we'll show that later. And for the most part, though, it is a nice, usable build. This is a nice spaceship. I would see this more as a city set than anything else. This is something I wouldn't even consider as fantasy. Just, if you really want to make this into a better spaceship, just take this ugly school bus part off and make it match. It would look even better. But it closes up pretty good. Let's see about this side here. Be careful with these. Yeah, not too bad. Nothing really interferes with everything. And the cockpit is fully functional. Even got the screen back up in here. And the controls, you sit here. And it looks like one other person sits here too. So you got a stud here. So I'm assuming somebody or something sits here. Something sits here. I think it's one of these smaller guys, they fit in here. Maybe this guy. Or, excuse me, Z-Blob probably sits in there. But for the most part, wow. For the most part, though, it is a very nice playable model. There's a lot of things to do here. This doesn't even look like this belongs with the theme, except for just this. Cover this up here. You just change the color out, it would look really good. Okay, so let's dive right on into the rough review, and we're going to start with play value. And as you saw, there's plenty of things to do. Everything opens up. I have access to all the interiors, you know, so I can play with this. So it's fully playable. Minifigures, you can put the minifigures in here. You got plenty of accessories and weapons with them. And for the parents who love the stud launchers, there you go. You got places to store your studs. Got the hatch that opens up in the back here. This thing could be a bit of a chore. Just find a sweet spot and pull it down, or just grab this top light here and just fling it down. So yeah, you have access to everything. So this is not a non-playable model. This is a fully playable model. In addition, how easy is it to pick up? It's got a little weight to it, but if you're picking it up, pick it up right here. This is probably your safe spot here. Or find a place that you feel comfortable with picking this up. Now, for build quality, I'd say this is really robust. It's meant to be played with. Some of this stuff does feel a bit flimsy. I'd say it's above average, though. I did have that one issue with this thing crashing in, but I'm only grading on build quality after the build has been assembled. So I can pick this up, pull parts on it, it should be fine. Just don't get a little rough, just don't roughhouse with it, I'm sure. I guess they don't want anybody opening it up with this. That's why they have open here with arrows. But still, that wouldn't make sense. Build quality is really good, though. Build experience did keep my interest, but some parts of it were dry. That's just how it is. Like bag 7, building all the figures to me were the dry parts and the stickers. So that would be about that. And city drop-in value, it's an isolated build, so if you really want to, you could put this in your space program too. I mean, this is isolated, it's a self-contained build, so this could be thrown into a city. No questions asked. It would just be city ready. So I think that this would be a complete build. Now for mock value, you can pick the storylines or you can do whatever you want here with this. This is not a bad build for a mock. Lots of building strategies and techniques can be extracted as well. So if one could, you can add more onto this. You can make a theme, or you can rip it apart and make something else out of it. That's what I'm going to do, is make something else out of this. So that right there, there's a lot of mock potential. I see a lot of these pieces being used for other things. And sadly, it's not a collaborative build. So you can't just collaborate with one of your friends with this. Unfortunately, this is just meant to be as a solo build. Maybe bag 7 was isolated, but the rest of it's all kind of, you know, I wish this was a collaborative build, would have been cool. That was probably the strike that's against it. Now, there's 2 strikes that I'm going to focus on the set. There were some pieces that were scratched, mainly these dome pieces here. You know, if they got stickers, I don't want to see stuff scratched in the abundance amount of stickers. Some of the stuff was hard to put on. So I'm dinging at 2 points for that. So the set, I'd say, is probably a 7.5. All right, because some parts of the build was dry. It's not a collaborative build. So that's the main things, you know. So the scratched up parts, it's not a collaborative build, and the build just didn't seem quite balanced in terms of how the bags are packed in there, you know. So I don't know. It's just 7.5 seems fine for this. But what's saving this set is the play value. Now, like I said, so maybe I'm on the fence on this. I think maybe I should just change it to an 8 because it is a fully playable model. So I may just do that. As I'm looking at this more, this is something that some kid's going to have a lot of fun with. If the parts weren't scratched and everything was printed, easy 10. Easy 10. I wouldn't go any lower than that. And I understand with the stickers and stuff, but some of these stickers were a bit of a challenge to put on, especially if you have a vision impairment. So I'm not too good there. But I think the one thing that hurt this set was the scratched parts. That's just my pet peeve there. But yeah, I think I'm going to stick with maybe a 7. Let's stick with an 8 because it is playable. It's playable and it could be dropped in a city. So this is a solo build, you know. But anyways, though, for the most part, I am happy with the turnout of this set. It looks pretty good. And now, is it worth $99.99? And on the upper end, yes. It's a bit pricey, but you do get a fully playable model. It's a really highly detailed model, and it seems like it's pretty sturdy. It ain't going to break apart or anything. The only thing that kind of turns me off is these stud launchers. But, you know, for it being $100, yeah, I'm not too sure, but for the most part, this is like I'd say a $90 set at the most, but I don't know, I just can't see 100 into this. But you are getting several minifigures. But I want to know what you guys and gals think of the set, watching all the build installments. But for me, mostly, I'm satisfied with the outcome. It was just the stickers I had to look past. I'm trying to get past those. You know, it's just hard. Well, tell me what you think.